RVs are a perfect haven for rodents and also when you live off-grid. But when you combine the two, it can be a little devastating. I know there are people out there that think rodents are cute, and some of them can be. But the thing is rodents can cause significant damage and health risks. I've dealt with rodents in the past. Prevention is always better than a costly infestation. And an example of this is I had a friend a couple years ago stay on the property, and the pack rats had gotten into his engine bay and caused over $4,000 worth of damage. Later he had told me that there was more damage that he didn't even realize that had happened. So it can be very costly. And like I had mentioned about diseases, there are known rodents that carry the hantavirus, so you definitely don't want to deal with anything like that. Later on in the video, I'll show you how I deal with the rodents as far as my RV goes. But I have a project that I need to get started, and yesterday we went to the hardware store and picked up some supplies. We came to the hardware store to grab 10 bags of concrete to get this project done. I was supposed to do this last season, but didn't get around to it. Now that we're back, we're gonna go ahead and get started on that project. We're going to rake this back because what happens is that rodents want to dig under here. You can see signs of it. There were actually 3 spots that they did this in. Actually, sorry, there's 4. And it gives them security from their predators like the coyotes. But we have to fill it in. That's why we got the concrete. I'll explain that in a minute. Here's actually a hole here. As I showed you earlier, they want to dig under. They just move the gravel. And it gives them access to under the shipping container. And here it's the deck. Not last season, but the year before, we had dug a trench around this side of the deck and filled it with concrete like I want to do over here. We hadn't had any issues with them digging on that side of the deck, but obviously we didn't do this side, so they are now starting to dig over here and find their way under. And I just don't want to give them any place to call home. There is plenty of land out here. I have 20 acres. And there is a juniper way out on the far side of the property that there's a huge pack rat nest, and I'm fine with it being out there. It's when they start building their homes in this area here that it becomes a problem because of the reasons that I spoke about earlier. But since this was never finished, they still dig under this and obviously this spot here to where they can get under the deck. They love the deck for some reason. Now I'm going to get started on moving the gravel back and then dig a small shallow trench so we can fill it with concrete. So I need the rake and shovel. Oh, I need a quick break. That was not an easy task. But one plus was that the gravel was deep enough so we didn't have to trench out as much. We're going to put dry concrete over it and then spray it with water and then move the gravel back over. I wish we would have done that shipping container like we did this one and lift it off the ground because the rodents don't feel secure under there with so much room, and they tend not to even go under here. We've seen no holes or signs of rodents on this shipping container. Where the other one is on the ground and they can burrow under, and I believe they feel safe there. One thing I forgot to mention is there is a water line that runs through the middle of this path, so I have to be careful not to come out too far, or we won't be able to get to the water line if we need to do any repairs. Hey, moo-moo, you ready to get back to work? No? Look at my dog being a lazy poo-poo butt. I hope you're comfy. Anyways, I got the channel all filled in. It looks really good and watered in as well. It doesn't have to be smooth or perfect because this is just to prevent rodents from digging under. So it doesn't look, it's a little wavy and it's not supposed to be a sidewalk. So it's going to get covered with the gravel again. Or I could leave it exposed. I'll see how I feel after it dries. While that's drying, I want to show you some of the methods we use here at home base. Now, I have used several methods. Not everything works, though. I've done the peppermint spray on the engine with no luck, but a snap trap always works good. And actually, while I was gone in Texas, my friend had caught 10 pack rats. Not all of them were the snap trap. Some of them were by bucket, which is another method we use. We got this lid off of Amazon, and it came with the ramp.
Hello, dear. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Oh, you want it?
Yeah, your first name is?
Ausialeeberger, B-E-R-G-E-R.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Cheers.
Sorry, I had to pause for a second. I just got a package in. But let's go ahead and get back to what I was talking about. Sorry, one more thing. Just got a call from my neighbor, and they need to borrow the T-post driver. So I'm going to run that real quickly. That's another video that I want to do coming up is community and how much it's built here since we bought the property. I'm going to take my side-by-side. I actually haven't driven this thing in a while. Starting a new driveway here. It'll be more of a roundabout. Got the fencing somewhat done on the first part. Jeff's been really working on it, and I've helped him where I can. There's still a big sector over here that needs to be done as well. Hey, moo-moo, did you have fun taking a nap? You did? Good girl. I just got back from my friend's place, and she has done so much awesome stuff over there, but she is more private, so I didn't want to show or film anything. Back to this. So the snap traps work really well, and the bucket is what I was saying. It's actually the best device. So many rats get caught in this compared to the snap traps. And I have a couple spread about. I have one in the garden and one by my other rig. I went to Texas and I had checked all my drawers and I noticed some little mouse droppings here. So I took everything out and I threw it in the washing machine. Now I'm going to take bleach and bleach this all out. The other drawers didn't have it. I checked my trap down here and it looks like something triggered it. It's kind of dark. You can't really see down there. But I'm going to have to reset that and put peanut butter in it. That's actually what I want to do before nightfall is reset all the traps and put peanut butter in them. That's what I want to do before nightfall is reset my traps and put peanut butter in them. And here in the next couple of days, I'm probably going to go through my rig, crawl under it, and see if I can find where they're coming in at. At one point in time, they were getting in underneath this plastic piece here. I pulled that up and there was a hole leading in from the engine bay, so I stuffed steel wool in there, and mice don't like to chew through steel wool. Another place that I thought they had been getting in is right here at the wheel well. I'd gotten a flat on that back one and it bent out I guess it's just tin metal, and there was a gap there, so I just put tape over it. But I want to go back and seal that with caulking. I just feel like that will be better. So I know what I'll be doing in the next couple of days is getting under my rig and checking for any holes or cracks that they can get into and sealing everything up, because I definitely want to be preventative about them getting into my rig. I'd prefer them staying on the outside. But it's kind of like the shipping container. I'm doing the same thing with the cement. I'm preventing them from getting underneath and making a home under the shipping container. And then they can just run rampant here. I'd rather them, like I said, just stay out on the property. Plenty of land out there. Moo-moo's not much of a hunter, but Kellogg is. Anytime he sees any rodents, he will either chase them off or get them. So speaking of the shipping container, let's check the cement. It's not quite dry, but I think that looks pretty good. I'm probably going to give it several days to cure before I cover it up. But I need to get started over here. So I didn't have enough bags. Wow, I can see now standing back here how they're like really made plenty of room to dig under there. So I want to get that sealed up. So my last thing for the video is I'm going to go ahead and do the same process and get started on that and then fill it up with cement. Okay, well, I've got the gravel moved, and I think that's going to be good enough, but we have to pause on this because the latch broke on the truck. So Jeff's trying to get it open. Let's order a new one. This happened before, and it's kind of hard to lift 60-pound bags out of the truck. There we go. Where did it break? Did it break or just something come loose? Oh, that looks really loose in there. Yeah. It's working now? Oh, yeah, it goes into that little, it must have just slipped out. Are you supervising from the couch, Kellogg? Uh-huh. I know you're ready for the walk. Almost. I'm gonna grab these bags of cement and get that finished before the night falls. Okay, I've got it all done, and there was a little crack here, so I wanted to get cement in there as well, because we did both sides, but it's pointless because mice can fit through there. And then, of course, on this side as well, but it looks good. There's one more thing that I want to show you that was similar to what I did. In our outdoor bathroom here, we had the same problem. The mice and rabbits and rats would get behind here and they would dig under and go into the shipping container that way. So we had to put cement in that little channel there. We didn't take down, we just threw cement, and they don't do that anymore. There's one more thing I have to do, but it probably won't be during this video. I have to clean up this sector. It's a mess. But I want to do the same thing and put a channel of cement along here. Because what they did is they dug from the other side and they would get in here, and so they could get to my garden. That's why I had to end up fencing each garden bed off. But once I get this cemented, then I can probably take those fencings down or just leave them up. I already have them up and spent the money for the fencing, so I could just leave them up just in case. But yeah, you can see where they've come all the way through. So if there's anything under there now, it'll make its exit here before I seal it up. But yeah, I am so pleased on how this all turned out, and it's finally done. I know I was supposed to do it last season, but oh well. You know, sometimes you don't get to certain projects. But like I said, I'm going to let this dry and cure for a couple days, and then I'll cover it up with the gravel. Also, I'll be looking for any holes in my rig to see if I can seal those up. They have to be getting in somewhere. I'm just not sure yet, but the only way I'm going to find out is to get up under there and look. Looks like Kellogg and Moo-moo and Jeff are ready to go for a walk, so I better get cleaned up, which means I have to gather my tools, throw away any trash, and put up the garden hose. But I am really pleased on how this turned out, and I'll give an update later on how this works. But I know that what works for one person doesn't always work for another, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I think it's going to work out just fine, because all the other areas that I've done this to, like I said, I've had no problem with. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye. Mwah.